in here today and we are actually putting down our flooring in that office that I've been painting. I'm so excited. I have my dad here. He's gonna be helping me. Like normal though, we like to jam, so we're gonna be silent and I'll get on here. It's gonna be the second time that I've laid this type of flooring. It's just the rigid vinyl plank flooring. So we're gonna go with that and hope you enjoy watching.
Hello YouTubers, I am going to actually hop on here from time to time and kind of try to explain some of the things that we're doing. It's really not self-explanatory unless you've done flooring before, but I will be speeding up the video but possibly slowing it down as I'm explaining something. So let me get started. Right here we're actually starting in the small hallway. We figured that was a good starting point. We decided to lay them long ways instead of from wall to wall. That way it eliminates all the extra cutting that we would have to do. And I actually think that the laying it that way is going to look very nice. It's going to make the room look longer or bigger, I guess, as you walk in. So yeah, I'm gonna hop in here and I will be talking about what we're doing, and if not, enjoy the video. Another little thing, if you go to do your floor, it's probably best that you open your box up and kind of lay out some of the planks and check the pattern that is in the box. Sometimes they can put multiples of the same pattern, so you'll have to kind of finagle if you do not want the same pattern right next to each other. Here's a little bit of info on the flooring that we're actually using. It is a rigid plank vinyl. It does come with the padding already attached on the back, and it seems very easy to work with. Definitely rigid. I have to say, whenever you go to click it in, you will be pretty much fiddling with the whole piece at one time. So that is a little bit of a tip there. Another little tip is to possibly have something to as a floor blocking tool or snapping tool, which you could possibly use just a small scrap piece of wood if you have it. But you have to be very gentle whenever you use it, because you can actually crack the channel that they click into. I did have one that kind of bent a little bit, so we used that as a scrap piece. We then used that small little bitty piece of scrap actually to boot it up to the piece of flooring that we were happening to be tapping in. We also realized that sometimes, of course, our floor being not even, all floor that's on a tear and beam is going to have like a little bit of a fluctuation to it. So that being said, we did have some places that we needed to tap the top of the grooves in. So you can just run your finger right on top and you'll be able to tell, but for the most part it actually kind of gives you a hint that it's actually clicked in. You'll hear a click and it will also lay flat all the way. So another little tip. Sorry about the video kind of skipping there. Apparently either I forgot to turn on the camera or I lost some footage. So we managed to finish out until we are actually starting to work into the room. Everything seems to be going relatively smoothly. We did notice that since the room is a little bit odd measurements, of course, you start at one end and then end at the other. We started to being able to space out the pieces at one wall, cut it, and then we would use it on the next section at the back. So pretty much we kept starting right back at the same side. That way we could use the piece that we cut to make the seams not match up on one side, not match up on the other side. So we were able to use a lot of the scrap that way. So you're not just cutting a full piece and chunking it away. So that is one of the things that you can kind of see in the video why it takes so long to decide what piece to actually put, because you got to consider the pattern that you're working with, the size that it's going to be on one wall, and then the size it's going to end up on the next wall. So one thing to kind of remember whenever you're laying the flooring. With cutting the vinyl, they do say that you can use a utility knife or a carpet blade, but I found that that is quite difficult because for us, we had to score it multiple times and then you have to snap it. We fortunately have a miter saw, and so we use that, and it is super simple with a miter saw. So just a little tip on cutting your vinyl plank. We're taking our time and really deciding on exactly how to cut it and measure it because if you've watched my painting videos, then you know that I do not want to put base trim. And this is one of the ways that you can actually ensure that you won't have to use that base trim. We are going around and making sure that our measurements are pretty snug against the wall. Alright YouTubers, that is the end of part 1 for the flooring. I didn't want to make the video super long, so we decided to go ahead and call it a day. We managed to get pretty far, and so far I think it looks amazing. And compared to the flooring that was down before, it's a big difference. It was very old pill and stick vinyl. So, but at the time they did multiple remodels, so it was layers upon layers of it. So it actually gave it, uh, I want to say, a different walking feel. It's hard to explain, but I love this flooring. It is waterproof. It, it's just amazing. So, in that, I think we're actually just gonna be done for today. And we will definitely be putting the second part of this video. If you like this one, join us for the next one. Bye for now. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.